Right, welcome back. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Next project time. And this is a kit that I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while, this range of kits. And this will probably be the first of them. Hopefully I'll be able to get a few more. And again, I had this kit for Christmas off my mother-in-law and brother-in-law. So here's the next build. Well, going over to my chest freezer, as you can see, it is the 1/12 scale Stormtrooper kit from Bandai. Not looking too bad on the old box art there, as you can see. So that's the box. The sprues themselves, looks like, I haven't took them out of the bags yet. You got like your white sprue there, and then turning it over, you got like a black sprue there. You've got stickers, and you've got another sprue here. I don't know what it is, and then you got the decals, water slide decals. Book doesn't look too bad. Just move that over there. It looks all fairly straightforward, as the Bandai kits usually are. Some of it's in English, as you can see. Some of it's Japanese. But it don't look too bad. And you've got the various poses, as you can see. I don't know how tall he's going to stand. I mean, I've read that he might stand about 6 to 8 inches tall. But there is a fair whack of plastic for this chap. Not too bad at all. So turning the camera around, there's my little mini kit review. It's time to get cracking on. Right, I've started work on the Stormtrooper, and as with customary of my kits, I always make a bit of a boo-boo mistake. I'm doing section 2, and it says to get part A40, which is a part of his inside breastplate, and you've got these little PC parts which are plastic couplers. Now on the plastic couplers you've got this little ball joint. Now usually those double dots, those double marks there means cut. It doesn't. It just says tightly fit the parts as far as they will go, so you've got to push them into place. In trouble is on number 8, I thought it was a cut mark. I've cut the bloody ball joint off, and as you can see I've pushed the ball joint into there, and that number 8 is loose because I've pushed number 9 in straight away. So I'll be wary of that. Don't cut it off. Welcome back. As you can see, I've now done the main torso, which consists of 3 major parts. You got the helmet, you snap all that together. Then you got his chest and his midriff. Again, you snap all that together, as you can see, with all the ball joints and everything. And then you've got his hip area, which is mainly the front guard there, the rear guard there, and obviously the various bits inside. Once you do all them, then it tells you to put the helmet into the main torso area with his midriff. You've got the little ball joint there, which the helmet just snaps into place. And then once you've got the helmet torso section, then you just get that little ball joint there and put it into his hip area. Now that ball joint is the white plastic, so it's not one of those plastic couplers, so that will take a little bit of force to get into the hip area. But once you hear the click, you're there. So that's where I'm at the moment. Right, welcome back. I've just finished construction of both of his legs, as you can see. Just popping all the bits into place, you know, snap tight. So there's his left leg, as you can see. All nice and snapped together with all your plastic collars, which are more like a rubbery feel, to be honest. And then you got his right leg. The one thing I was a bit concerned about was where you put the 2 halves of the leg together, but when you put that together, the main bit there on the front there, that main strip, it actually hides the seam. So once you really push that together, the seam disappears. I'm really quite chuffed with that, actually, how it disappears into that front bit, that front lip at the front there. Not too bad at all. So that's where I'm sitting at the moment. This is about, with the torso and the helmet and the hip area with the 2 legs, it's pretty much about an hour and a half work, give or take a couple of minutes. but not looking too bad so far. Right, a bit more work on the Stormtrooper. Last night I got the legs. You got the ball joint on the leg, and you got the collar in the hip. So I just push the ball joint into the collar, and then once you hear the click, it's nice and secure. So I did that for both legs, and as you can see now, he's freestanding. This morning I did a bit more construction. I'll start with his utility belt. As it says on the plans there, you've got the front section there, you've got the rear utility part of his belt there. So you put that on. As you can see, you've got that like storage tube that he's got on the back of his on his back there. So you got like the storage tube on the back there, as you can see. And then you've got his excuse me, utility belt with these extra pieces at the side there. And then you've got the holster. Now the holster, it tells you can do it either on the left or on the right. And the holster, as you can see, just clip the holster into place onto its mounting peg there, and then you've got that little cover there, as you can see. So I went with the right-handed option. So that's that. I don't know if you can just make out the pistol there, as you can see. I'll explain that in a moment. So then, once that was done, I then went on to the arms. Like I said, you've got the the right arm, which is all nice and put together now. And then you've got the left arm. So basically, on the right arm, just following the plans, step by step, you know, with the mounting collars and the mounting joints there, the ball joints. Now on the right arm, you've got two options for the hands. You've got like a closed fist or an open hand. And on the left arm, as you can see again, trying to get the bloody camera to focus, got all the steps there. And with the hand options on the left arm, you've got like a pointed finger and an open hand. So what I'll do is I'll just pause this now, and I'll be able to explain the hand options with the weapons. Now, depending on if you want to use the weapons, so you stick with handed options on the other overleaf of the sheet. I'm going with the weapons. So you've got the pistol blaster there, and you put the muzzle on there. And then I've put the pistol inside the holster. I don't know if you can make it out. And then you've got like a piece there which you pop out, put the pistol back in, and then you put that back on there. That's just to hold the actual pistol in. Once I've done the pistol, and then I moved on to the blaster, because you've got like the blaster or the blaster rifle. I went with the blaster. So you've got the muzzle, which goes onto the end of the barrel there. Then you've got your ammo clip, which goes into the side there, and then probably that might be a power pack, and then you just put that in. And then you've got the handed options, if you want to use the handed hands to hold the weapon. So you've got right hand or left hand. So you've got the trigger finger assembly there. You push the hand guard into the side. Then you put your whichever option you want to use. I went with the blaster. You put the blaster inside the hand. And then you get his inner palm. And you clip that into place to hold the actual blaster into place. Or pistol or rifle. Again, I went with the blaster. And as you can see, the trigger finger's there. The hand cover surrounded the grip of the blaster, as you can see. And then I've just gone with the open-handed option from the other side of the sheet for the left hand. Got his just hand cover on there, and that'll go underneath the grip of the blaster. So now this guy's pretty much all done now. All I've got to do now is just that last bit of construction and then decals. Right, I can happily say that the Stormtrooper's all finished. I've done that last bit of construction placement work. Decals them all in, and a tiny bit of detailing. So here's the final reveal. Well, there he is, all done. When I left you, I just told you that I'd just done the arm construction and the blaster and the pistol. So basically I just got his right arm, pushed that into place with the pin, the ball point, and then just pushed it into the collar. Once you hear the clicky there, same on the right left arm. I then went with the stickers as opposed to the decals because I wanted to see how these would go down. So turning this guy around, I started on the rear helmet decals, which are like a greyish in colour. So you've got two there, one there, one there. Then you've got on his utility harness tube, you've got a square C-shaped decal that went around the top there, as you can see. And then the underneath, again the same. That underneath one had a little bit of an extra square on the rectangular bit there. That was quite difficult to get in, but I got there in the end. Turning him round, then you got the front helmet decals. Now I used a combination of a Q-tip or cotton bud, tweezers, toothpick or cocktail stick, whatever you want to call it. And then I just put these stickers into place. So you got on the right side here, you got that grey one there, you got the grey one that goes on the side there, that one there, then you got this stripe decal. Rinse and repeat on the left hand side. Then you got the one above on the bridge of his nose. Now that was a bitch to get on, that was. Because using my cocktail stick, I jabbed it down on this side, and then when I went to go on this side I was jabbing that down and that one lifted. So it took me a couple of minutes to get that to stick down. I know that's probably going to come up again eventually, so again what I'll do is if that comes up or any of these stickers come off, I'll just put the decals on. Then you got the two grey decals there for his front of his helmet. Those are just little round decals and you just slot them into place. Now according to the plans on his midriff, it tells you to put these little tiny decals on. There's like greys and a couple of greens. But to be honest, if you look at him like that, you're not really going to see those decals on there. And I thought they were too tiny anyway, so I like it the way it is with them black circles, so I didn't put those on. Then I did a bit of detailing. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up. On the pistol, I dry brushed a bit of the gunmetal on the pistol. I took it out of its holster and just subtly dry brushed a bit of the gunmetal on, just to bring out a bit of the detail. And I've also done it on his blaster as well. Just a bit of subtlety. Don't go too heavy, just a little bit. A little bit will do you. A little dab will do you, as Dell would say, off Only Fools and Horses. And I just brought out a bit of that detail. Going round to the other side, you probably might see it better on the top there, on the ammo clip and the power pack with the gunmetal. And I thought this brought out the detail really nice. And then what I did then is I just once I put the hand, the hands in, the wrists and hands into place, I then just manoeuvred his arm up slightly on the right arm, and then bent it there slightly and manoeuvred it up a bit more so the blaster would cradle in his hand. Now if you manoeuvre it properly, the blaster will actually clip into the place on the hand. It might come loose, but if you, like I said, just jiggle it a bit, as Arkwright on Open All Hours would say, and just manoeuvre that hand and wrist, and it will slot into place. And then last but not least, with his foot plate, because that foot clips into that raised section there, I'll just put a bit of glue round there just to give that a bit of extra security. And that's it. I'm really well chuffed with how this little guy's turned out. Now if I get my steel rule, you can see that this guy is about 6.5, just under 7 inches tall. So for the £18 that my mother-in-law paid, because a couple of weeks ago I priced this guy up and he was at £18 on Amazon. So for the £18 that my mother-in-law paid, I'm really well chuffed on how cheap this guy is, because I said don't go above 25. And to be honest, along with my other Bandai kits that I built, if I just stand up, you can see the AT-ST there, the AT-AT there, and the X-Wing up there. Bandai, again, have brought out a really well engineered kit. The detail on this is absolutely immense. I'm really well chuffed with these. So I'm going to pick up some more of these figure kits because I'm well impressed. So turning the camera around, I'm going to pick up some more of these if I can get them cheap enough, like the Darth Vader, Boba Fett, the Stormtrooper definitely, because I won't mind having a bit of going on that with the weathering. Maybe even the C-3PO and R2-D2 droid set, because I saw Patrick had made one of those. And if they ever do release it, because I've been watching the Mandalorian TV show, I really hope that Bandai will bring out the Mandalorian as well. Whether it be the first armour set or the second armour set when he handed in little Yoda for all them strips of whatever it was from the Empire, you know, the gunmetal stroke silver armour. Well, anyway, while rambling over, I'll put some stills on at the end of this video, and I'll see you fairly soon with my next build. Thank you very much for watching.